Wow. You know, for some time, I actually thought I actually planned to make a video like this for about a bit of time now, and I don't know. It's been a rocky time in Pillar Chase. Like at the end of the year, like we got a cool Christmas update along with PCX, and then things got very rocky because controversies, all that shenanigans. But we're not going to talk about that right now. I already made a video talking about the whole controversy that I just talked about. You want to check that video out, I'll leave a link to the description below. Um, but this isn't about that. This is a video where I want to discuss something. This is kind of like a video that I did kind of like that before, where I made a video discussing about why people play as Colossus too much. But now this is like a different type of video. Like it's gonna be like a similar sort of video discussion, pretty much. But this time I'm gonna be discussing about something else. And this time it's gonna be about a character that was quite problematic at first, but things pretty much chilled down a little bit. Hopefully for God knows how long, because my God, this character was very problematic to the community for God knows how long. Me personally, I have no issue with this character, but really most majority of the community hates this guy. Like, they hate this guy. So, we're going to talk about this guy, PCX, or Pillar X, or just sonic.exe. But yeah, PCX, this blue demonic hedgehog right there, PCX. And I'm going to be discussing about why does the Pillar Chase community hate PCX so much? And I'm not kidding. Really, most majority of the community hate this character. They hate this character with a burning passion. Even like the Pillar Chase 2 content creators hate this character. Even Blade Nature himself, like, most likely doesn't like the character too. Possibly, I don't know. It's just really like most majority of the community really hate PCX. And I think I can come up with an explanation why people hate PCX. So, let us begin, shall we? Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about why people hate PCX so much is that, well, let's just say he was an absolute pain in a dick when he first came out. When PCX was first released, he was an absolute nightmare. He was the most broken. He was like one of the most broken characters in the entire game. He was more broken than really any of the other characters in the game. So let's talk about PCX and what made him so unhealthy for the game. So, release PCX. Let's talk about his abilities to how he used to work when he was released. Found you, back then, used to really teleport you straight towards the survivor. Now, yes, you would miss if the said survivor was moving, but the survivor was just walking and had no idea what's about to happen. It's like a guaranteed free hit, and that was really unhealthy. And then he had his jump ability, which all that did was give you some stamina back. Yes, the old jump ability used to just straight up just give you stamina. It didn't make it so you can damage survivors or anything. It just made it so it gives you stamina. Then we had Old Final Act, which was a very hit or miss ability. And there's like multiple different reworks of Final Act. Now, Final Act, what it used to do is that whenever that PCX would fly towards Survivor, and when he touches the Survivor, both PCX and the Survivor will be put into the Final Act world. The Survivor will have to run to the red ring, while PCX will just fly straight towards him. And back then, there was no obstacle course. The obstacle course did not exist during that time. So it was just a flat background. And as Survivor, you just gotta hope you have enough stamina. Because if you're low on stamina, yeah, you're pretty much fucked. You're either gonna die or you're just gonna take so much damage at your full HP or so. And as PCX, it's also 50-50. You just gotta hope Survivor has less stamina. If Survivor has less stamina, yeah, you're guaranteed to kill them or just deal a shit ton of damage to them. But if they have full stamina, yeah, they're guaranteed to get the fuck out. Now, PCX at the time was, when you use him, when you use him without relying on the final act ability, he was an absolute monster, really being able to server wipe in ease. Because even though old final act was not good, you did not have to use final act at all. You did not have to touch the survivor to put him in your world and shit. You can just simply use final act to gain distance, or better yet, you just don't have to use final act at all. You can just simply rely on only your 2 abilities, and there you go. You just fucking win. Like, he was that unhealthy for the game back then. Then we get to his next change to Found You, which is literally just Fogborn's ability, but for PCX. What the fuck? What else? What else am I forgetting? By the way, Found You, the reason why I had that change was because, turns out there was a bug, so that had to get changed, or maybe it just, that ability was way too unhealthy for the game, so I had to get changed. And even though when Found You got reworked, PCX was still an absolute nightmare to go up against. Now, keep in mind, playing as PCX is fun, yes. Playing as him is fun. But going against him is an absolute nightmare. And actually, you know what? Scrap what I just said. He was really unfun to play as well. Yes, most majority of the community stated that not only was he unfun to go against, he was unfun to play as well. Because of what he was like during his release day. And then, as time goes on, well, let's just say, PCX received some changes, especially with many changes to Final Act as well. Like, the first change was like Final Act now has an obstacle course, but still it's the same thing. Like, nothing changed. All we had was just an obstacle course. And what else? What else? Oh yeah, then we had another change for Final Act where it's the same thing, except now you have a Shadow Clone now that attacks survivors, but the Shadow Clone is like extremely weak as shit. And then Final Act got a change again, where now you just send survivor to Final Act, which is pretty much the current state of Final Act right now. You send survivor to the Final Act world, they have to escape while they're slowly burning alive in the Final Act world. In the meantime, you and your Shadow Clone, yes, you summon your Shadow Clone after sending your survivor to the Final World. The Shadow Clone and you will still be in the map, and you can still freely kill survivors, while your Shadow Clone, while still not OP, will still, well, pretty much just go ahead and, well, kill people, obviously. And that was actually, in that current state of PCX, actually made him pretty strong. I mean, he was already strong when released, but those changes actually made him really fucking strong. Like, he is still strong even after those changes. He is still the most unhealthy character in the game. No matter how many changes Blade made to this character, he is still the most broken son of a bitch ever in the game. Yeah, sure, the jump ability's been changed to make it so you can just damage survivor now instead of just giving you stamina back. Yeah, you get stamina back with jump, but that's only if you hit the survivor with the jump ability. Yes, the jump ability is more fun now instead of just, just giving you stamina. But even with all these changes, he's still unhealthy for the game. Like, dude, even those changes, I am still server wiping players with no problem. Like, yeah, there are some matches I didn't do well as PCX, but like, it's just so easy to kill players as his character. Like, he is so unhealthy for the game, and that's why people, and that's probably one of the reasons why people just didn't like him. He was just simply too strong, or maybe it's just he wasn't too strong. He was just really unhealthy for the game, and no matter what Blade tried to do to balance him out, he is still a broken son of a bitch. Now we get to reason 2 to why the community hates PCX so much. Well, let's talk about it. The second reason why people hate PCX so much is the fact that what was it? Yeah, basically, son of a fucking bitch. So I'm sorry, guys. This video was not scripted, so I'm kind of forgetting what was the second reason. Oh yeah, they simply go against him too much. Yeah, the second reason why people don't like PCX is they are just getting sick and tired of seeing him. Like, I've seen videos where people just really hate seeing him so much, and I can see why. Ever since PCX came out, despite the issues that were going around, people just would not stop playing as PCX. Like ever since he came out, people were playing as him like crazy, non-stop. Like, almost every game, you see PCX. You see PCX, you see PCX, then you see a different monster, and then you see PCX again. He's just everywhere. Then again, it's probably just a me issue, but maybe it's just a community. I don't know. I'm thinking the community just hates him because they just don't like seeing him too much. They want to see the other roster. They hate seeing the same character over and over and over again. Which I get why. Like, the whole point of Pillage Chase 2, or in that case, any ASEN game in general, there's a thing called a roster. And you should be, like, at least seeing a good amount of said roster. But when you're seeing the same character over and over again, it just kills the whole point of said roster. But, yeah, people just simply hate seeing this character way too much. Hell, I've seen this motherfucker so often when I play Pillage Chase 2. I'm not shitting you. Every time I play Pillage Chase 2, that's all I see is PCX. And yes, once in a while I'll see a different monster, but then I'll see PCX more often again. It's like, he just doesn't go away. It's like he never wants to leave. And normally, when it comes to a case, when a new character comes out and people play as said character way too much, this normally calms down after a week or so. It's been a whole month, and people still continue to play PCX, and continue to play PCX to this very point on. And at this point, people are just getting sick and tired of seeing PCX. So that is the second reason why people simply hate PCX. Alright, now we finally get the third reason, and probably the biggest reason of why the Pillage Chase community hate PCX. He was an absolute balancing nightmare. I'm not shitting you. He was an absolute nightmare when it comes to balancing from the good old Blade Ninja himself. Like, there were times where he got nerfed, then he got buffed, then he got nerfed, buffed, nerf, buff, nerf, buff, nerf, bust. It was a nightmare. And no matter what Blade tried to do to at least balance his character, people will always complain. Like, people will say he's too strong, then Blade does changes to balance him, then people say he's too weak, then Blade changes him again. People still bitch he's too strong. Blade changes him again to nerf him, to balance him out. People still fucking bitch and bitch and bitch about him either being too strong or simply too weak. Or simply... Or maybe it's not the case at all. Maybe it's not because people were bitching about him. It was... I don't know. I don't know what the fuck was going on within Blade Ninja and his community, but that's my assumption. People were saying that people were bitching too much, so Blade Ninja just made too many changes, hoping that people will be okay with his state, but I guess people just didn't like his state. I don't know. The point is, he was an absolute balancing nightmare. And even in his current state right now, he is still unbalanced. He is still the most unhealthy character in the game. He is still, like, able to just server wipe with no issue. Like, if you're good as PCX still, you can get easy server wipes like they're no problem. He is that strong. Not just strong, but just majorly unhealthy for the game. Even during private servers, even during testing servers, he has received so many reworks. And apparently people are still bitching that those reworks are either making him too strong or too garbage. At this point, it just gotten to a point where he was just an absolute fucking nightmare. Like, he was just that bad when it comes to balancing. And after a long time, the PCX balancing situation finally comes to a stop when Blade basically is almost... Well, Blade pretty much is almost done with the final rework that will be upcoming when the Jet the Killer update comes out, along with these slick-ass new skins that people have been leaking. I'm talking about you, Marvel skins. But, anyways, once the Jet the Killer comes out, PCX's final rework will finally be coming out in the game. And Blade even made a statement that he's pretty much fucking done working on this guy. I'm not shitting you. If you go on the Pillage Ace 2, if you're on the Pillage Ace 2 Discord, you go in the announcement and you scroll up, you will find Blade saying that this will be his final rework and you will have to deal with it. Something like that. Honestly, it was quite funny, and honestly, the Blade statement was quite funny too if you really think about it. Like, I would have loved to share a screenshot, but I'm too fucking lazy. Plus, I don't think it's a good idea for me to share screenshots of whatever Blade is saying anyway. But it's like, yeah, Blade pretty much stated that, hey, this is going to be his final rework. I'm done working on this motherfucker. You guys will have to deal with him if he's too strong or not. Basically saying, hey, you don't like him, deal with it. I can't deal with him anymore. I'm done working on this guy. Basically, that's what he's saying. Like, basically Blade is just saying fuck you to those who still say he's too broken or some shit. Cause like, can you blame Blade Ninja for saying that fuck you, I'm done working on this guy? Like, he did so many changes to him so much, and people would just non-stop they just won't stop bitching about the character, and it's been stressing Blade Ninja so much to the point, yeah, I don't blame him. I would stop, like, I would have done the same thing too. If people kept stressing me to just constantly rework on the same fucking character over and over again because they won't stop bitching about him being too weak or too strong, I'd be so like, you know what? I'm done working on this character. I'm fucking done with this character. I'm done working on this guy. I would do the same thing too. So, yeah. Those could be like the 3 reasons why the Pillage Ace community absolutely despise PCX. He was just unhealthy for the game. People see him too much, and he was just an absolute bouncing nightmare. And I'm gonna be honest about this. I am very disappointed. Not because of PCX, no. I'm just disappointed that this character is just hated. This is fucking sonic.exe that we're talking about. One of the most popular creepypastas. Well, I wouldn't say since the original story, because the original story is absolute. Well, let's just say a lot of people fucking hate the original story. But I don't know, dude. It's just like as time went on, sonic.exe was popular during, well, the old days of creepypastas, obviously. He was popular. People fucking loved this character. People love sonic.exe himself. So it's like, yeah, the original story sucked, not gonna lie, but people managed to make them better with not only fan animations, by the way, but you get what I mean. People somehow made them a lot better. Like sonic.exe started off as a terrible story. People managed to make them better for some reason, which is, hey, I mean, the same thing happened with Jet the Killer. I mean, the original Jet the Killer story wasn't great either, but then somehow people made Jet the Killer fantastic, which, hey, good on you, I guess. But this is just disappointing, because I love sonic.exe. It was really one of my favorite creepypastas during my childhood. During the time I used to play Little Big Planet 2 a lot back then, by the way. I don't know, dude. And when sonic.exe, or in this case PCX, was first teasered many times, or in that case just fucking leaked, because leakers, people were excited. People were waiting for a long time for PCX to come out in Pillar Chase 2. People are excited. The Pillar Chase fans and even the Sonic fans waited and waited for good old PCX to come into the game. And when he finally did come to the game, it was a massive downfall. And that's just not... That doesn't sit right with me personally, but it's like... I love this character. I love sonic.exe as a whole. I was excited for sonic.exe to come to the game. And when he did come to the game, I was really happy. I get to play as one of my favorite fucking creepypastas since I was really a little kid, by the way. Well, yeah, I was a little kid when I first saw the creepypasta, but it's like... I don't know, dude. It just fucking sucked that one of my favorite creepypastas is finally in the game. But because of how much backlash that this specific character alone has been receiving, it just fucking sucked. Yes, I understand why people don't like him. I mean, hell, sometimes I get annoyed when seeing him too much too. But I also gotta understand too that there's reasons like... I even might make another video about this too. I might make a different discussion video discussing why people play as PCX too much. Kind of like how I did a video where people play as Colossus too much in sonic.exe Disaster. But, yes, I will still admit that the Christmas update was still one of the best updates I was ever involved in. Because not only did we get PCX, but we also got really cool Christmas skins too. And yes, I have all the Christmas skins. Yes, I grinded just to get all of them because I wanted to. But, I don't know, man. Knowing that, like, we were all excited for PCX to finally come to the game. PCX came into the game and we all got happy. And now the community just fucking hates his guts now because of these said reasons. Then again, at the end of the day, I could be wrong or I could be right. But, I don't know, dude. Like, we're supposed to be happy to see good old sonic.exe finally come to a video game. Like, we get to play as the fucker, for God's sake. Or in that case, PCX. But we get to play as him. And, yep, what are we left with? The fucking community just absolutely shitting on this guy. Because of these said reasons I brought up. But, that's enough yapping for this video. I will make a second video talking about why people play as PCX so much anyway. But, yeah. That's all I gotta say for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content I make. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!